everybody. So today I'm going to do a review of the NASB single column reference Bible. So you can probably already tell this one is from the Premier collection. This is done by Zondervan. So it comes in a really nicely done box. So I really think that their packaging for the Premier collection looks really nice. So I'm going to hold that right there in case you would like to pause and read that section. And then we'll drop down to the features. So some of the ones that I do want to point out is that it's the 95 edition of the text. So this one is hand bound in a goatskin leather cover. It's got a sewn binding, it's edge lined. So we've got a 2-color page design on premium European Bible paper, which is a 36 GSM. We've got 3 double satin ribbons that are 3/8 of an inch wide. We've got wide margins, a nice yap, art gilding with a gilt line matched text, which is awesome. It's black letter. We're going to have the NASB Comfort Print, and it's a 10.5 font size. So I'm going to show you the ISBN number there. Retail is $199.99. You can find it for less online, and there will be a link in the description box as well. So when you get a Premier Collection Bible, so they are going to be wrapped in black paper, so it's going to come wrapped in this nice paper with the Premier Collection seal on it. So they present them very nicely. This particular Bible measures out at 10 1/8 inches tall, 7 inches wide, and it's 1 3/4 inches thick. So it's a little bit bigger than the imitation leather, that brown leather soft one, and that's mainly going to be because you've got the yap on there, and then this is also a thicker cover. But we've got black head and tail bands. We can see we've got 3 ribbons, very nicely spaced, really nicely done gold gilding, which, I mean, it's, if I can get in the right spot there, get a hold of it well, you can see that that's just like a mirror. And just 1 second ago, look at that, look what I did, I scratched it. But you know what? It happens, and if I'm going to damage a Bible, it's pretty much going to be on the gilding. So, unfortunate, but it happens. Alright, so we've got a premium goatskin cover. You can see that that's already wanting to hug the text block, so that yap is already kind of forming around there. We've got perimeter stitching, really nice grain pattern on there. Still can't believe I just did that. I mean, literally, like, while I was doing the first part of this video, I accidentally got that with my fingernail. Alright, on our spine, we're going to have Holy Bible, New American Standard Bible, and Zondervan. Now, one thing on this one is people are saying that that NASB is really small. Now, on the leather soft edition, if I can hold these without dropping them, we can see that the leather soft just says NASB. So, I kind of wish that they would have done this print a hair bigger, but I mean, it really doesn't matter to me, but if I didn't know what it said, I'd have to be in just the right light to be able to read it. Then we've got Zondervan on the bottom. Then we've got these nice raised ribs. So just looks and feels awesome. So really a nicely done Bible. So we're going to have, so we've got the goatskin cover, and if I remember right from one of the videos they did on Facebook, I believe this is a bonded leather liner. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. So whenever you get a Premier Collection Bible, you're going to get one of these pages here. Talks about the quality of the Bible and the warranty. So you'll want to hang on to that. But we've got the goatskin leather cover. We can see that gold gilt line. So everything on here looks really nice. The goatskin feels really nice. It is edge lined, so this liner is going to be tabbed up onto the block. Those first pages that are stuck together, you want to leave them like that because that is for some extra strength. Got a presentation page, then we get into our title pages. I really like the nice deep shade of red that they used for the 2-color layout, and then I also really like that lighthouse logo. So this one was done in China. It was the first printing of 2020. Again, it is the 95 edition of the text. So we're going to have the contents page. we've got a foreword with the scriptural promise as well as the fourfold aim of the Lockman Foundation. So if you would like to pause and read that. If you've never read it, I would definitely take the time to read that. And if you get one and you've never read the NASB, definitely make sure you read the preface and the principles of translation. Then we've got an explanation of the general format. It'll go over how they designate paragraphs, how they mark that. We've got personal pronouns, small caps, asterisks, italics. So it's going to go over all of that. We'll have the abbreviations and special markings. Then we'll get right into the Old Testament. So we can see how we've got that nice red, and then we've got the lines above it and below it. So really nice with this two-color print. And then you can also see how good this gilt line looks around there with the art gilding. Just a beautifully done Bible. So each book is going to have an introduction. I like that it's short enough to actually read in between each book. Because sometimes if it's 4 or 5 pages like in a study Bible, some people will just skip over that. So this is a concise one, so nice and short. It'll go over the title and background, author and date of the writing, theme and message, and then have a short outline. So definitely worth reading those. And then we're getting right into Genesis 1:1. Now because this one hasn't been used a lot, and that section right there on that hinge is going to be a little bit stiff, it's not going to lay totally flat yet, but once it's broken it will. But it is still laying open for us, so that is nice. So again, one thing that I really like is their use of this red in here, and then we also see that in the cross references over here, as well as our page numbers and what book we're in. Our print in this one is going to be a 10.5 font, and it is in the NASB Comfort Print. So you can see that the only time that you get any type of show through is going to be where there's white space in here. So, and that's going to be totally normal. But if you look at just the biblical text, you can see that you don't have any distractions at all in there. So that is really nice. We've also got 1-inch margins, so tons of space for notes. Now this one, I'm sure most of you are already aware, in the references in the side column, it's going to have all the references, but it's not going to have all of the translation type notes. So I'm going to give you a quick example. I'm just going to show it next to this Lockman one, which is the calfskin. And even though this one doesn't have all of them, I still think it's a better Bible than this one here. And I'll show you some of the reasons why. So one is going to be, we've seen how nice and clear this text is. I mean, and this is readable, but you get a lot of ghosting, a lot of distractions on this one here. But what we're going to look at right now is just going to be the side columns here. So if we look at this one versus this one over here, the ones that aren't going to be included over here are going to be number 8, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 20. Now it's still going to have all the references, but just not the translation type notes. So I'm going to get you a close-up so you can see an example of like what those notes would say. So if you look at just the notes portion there, that's what you're not going to have in this one here. So for me, it's not a deal breaker at all for me. Sorry for bumping the camera. Because for me, what is most important is this section right here, and that's the biblical text. I want to be able to read this without any distractions, because a lot of times I'm just reading and I may not follow all the references or look at any of the notes. So I think that having a better text block as far as nicer paper, better readability of the biblical text, to me that's more important. On this one here we also do have, so we've got not only a sewn binding, but we've also got overcast stitching, which are going to be these little short stitches there. So really a nicely done binding. They did a great job on it. The gilding is just beautiful. So I don't know if I can get it to where it'll show both the gold and the red. Sometimes you can get it to and others not. But really nicely done on their gilding. They did a great job on that. We're going to have 3 double satin 3/8 wide ribbons. So we're going to have 2 black and 1 red. So nicely done, well cut. They're plenty long enough to use. So I really like that they did give us 3. And I think I just scratched my gilding again. Yes, I did. Look at that. I'm just batting 1,000 today. So now I've got 2 scratches. So, but that's what happens. And when I'm sitting behind the tripod, kind of in an awkward spot to grab a hold of this. It's kind of a big Bible. So there's the length of our ribbons. So plenty of length to use. I really like that. Now again, it's going to be just black letter, so we don't have any words of Christ in red. One thing that you can kind of see right there is the text does kind of go over into the gutter a little bit, so I do find myself having to position the Bible one way or the other to be able to see the text. So I personally would have liked to have seen them move this text over just a little bit, or even if they took the references in the text and flipped them so that the text doesn't go down into the gutter. But that again is not a deal breaker for me. I just, when I get to that section, I just kind of flip the Bible up so I can see it. But I would like it to be a little bit further away from the gutter. So we're going to get back to the back of the Bible. We're going to have some extra features back here. So we're going to have a page of the miracles of Jesus. And we will also have the parables of Jesus. So it's almost like a condensed Harmony of the Gospels because of the information that you're going to get in here. So that's really nice. We've got a perspectives from the Bible. So I really like it when Bibles have this because we've got what to read when. So when your future seems hopeless, when you need comfort, when you need assurance of salvation, when you need to control your tongue. So it'll give you different scripture references to go to for that. And whenever I give a Bible to somebody who's not familiar with it or they don't have one and have never read it, if it's got pages like this, where to turn when, I always show them that page and let them know. That way they're familiar with it and they can remember, like if they're feeling a certain way, they can always refer back to that page. And we've also got prayers of the Bible. So there are some of the prayers. So I really like it when Bibles have that as well. We've got promises from the Bible. So God's promises when you feel guilty, when you're disappointed or depressed, when you're confused or impatient. So lots of relevant topics in these. Then we'll get back to the dictionary concordance thesaurus. So we'll get you a shot of that. It's going to be in a 3-column format. Our words are done in bold, also in that nice deep shade of red. Plus, these pages still have that 1-inch margin. So if you're taking some notes over here and you run out of space, you can always jot down the page number of the concordance and continue your notes back here. So that is nice. It's got a decent sized concordance. It's 103 pages. And we're going to have a few pages of blank Bible paper. So again, you can make a reference in your notes to come back here if you need to finish them on these blank pages. So it is nice to have a few pages for your notes. We've also got a note regarding the type. So I'll get you a close-up of that in case you'd like to pause and read that. And the Comfort Print is unique to the NASB. Each translation has their own Comfort Print, and I have really grown to love the Comfort Print. We're going to have 7 maps spread out onto 8 pages. You can see that is a glossy paper, but nicely done maps, very easy to read. We've got some more stitching here. So an awesome binding. And yours will not come with the scratches that are on my gilding either. So you'll have to add the scratches yourself. So I've got a nice 2-page spread here. And then we get back to the end of the Bible. And again, make sure you don't pull those 2 pages away from each other because that is done on purpose. And then on the back cover, we've got the ISBN number. But just a beautiful Bible, and I can't believe I scratched that, and then I also kind of bungered up some of the pages there. So now it looks like I actually scratched it in 3 spots during this review. So there will have to be tears shed once the camera is turned off. Not really. It's just a Bible. It's meant to be used, and it's going to be used. So I have been using this one. So again, this one is the Goatskin. So this one is the Premier Collection. I'll give you another shot of the box. Alright, so here's the box on this one. Again, this one is the Premier Collection. But if this one is too expensive for you and you love the NASB, I would definitely recommend picking up one of these leather soft editions. Because even though this is a leather soft, it's going to be a lot less price. But you've still got the 36 GSM paper, you've got the art gilding, you've got that gold gilt line, and line match text. Awesome, awesome Bible. So I would definitely recommend either one of these. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day.